Welcome to Family of Agents, where artificial intelligence meets family drama. And tennis balls? Let's meet the family. Meet Dad, the logistics king. He's in charge of organizing his son's tennis tournaments. That means payments, bookings, and travel. Here's Mum, the CFO of the household. She funds the son's sports dreams and occasionally questions why tennis rackets cost more than her designer bag. And here's the son, future tennis star and current snack enthusiast. He just wants to know when and where to show up. Now imagine this. Dad gets an email about a tennis competition. He reads it eventually. Then he texts Mom for money. She's in a meeting. He checks the local club's website for court availability for practice. It's difficult to figure out schedules this way. So he calls the club and books courts for practice leading up to the tournament. He tells son about the tournament and the practice. Unfortunately, because of the accumulated delays during this whole process, there is little time left for dedicated practice prior to the tournament. Now imagine all of this happening while the family is enjoying a nice, relaxed dinner together. With a little automation help from agents for each family member and an agent that represents the club. Enter the family of agents, AI assistants that handle the chaos so the family doesn't have to. Here's how Dad's agent handles a tennis competition email like a pro. When an email arrives, it checks if the email is related to a tennis competition. It reads the email and extracts the fee and schedule. It politely requests Mom's agent for the funds. No awkward dinner table negotiations required. Mom's agent approves the funding. Dad's agent then connects with the agent of Club 1, the local club, and checks court availability for practice. Dad's agent then books one session per week leading up to the tournament, all after 3 p.m., because even AI respects school hours. Finally, Dad's agent updates the son's agent with the schedule and practice times. And done. And just like that, the family stays stress-free, the son gets his practice, and Dad gets to pretend he did it all himself. Stick around as I jump into Copilot Studio to show you how this all works behind the scenes. In Copilot Studio, I will create a new agent. I'll go to Configure and give it a name and detailed description. These descriptions are important because other agents can use this to automatically pick the right tool or agent to interact with. I give it a nice icon and click Create. Now we need to define when this agent is triggered. Father agent is triggered when an email arrives about tennis competitions. So pick the trigger for new email arrives. And in this case, I will put a simple subject filter to filter out emails. Of course, you can put in more complex filters if required. Next, I will add other agents father works with. Mother and son are agents in the same family. That is, they are in the same environment in Copilot Studio. So I'll add them one by one first. As I add mother and son, I can see they have descriptions that will allow father to choose the right agent for an interaction. Now we need to add the Club 1 agent. This is an external agent that is hosted in a Model Context Protocol or MCP server. For the purpose of this demo, this is a custom agent hosted on Azure. In order to add this agent, I add a tool and I create a new tool and select custom connector. In custom connectors, I add a new custom connector and I choose import from GitHub. In the pop-up, I choose custom, and in the drop-downs, I select dev under branch and MCP streamable HTTP under connector. In the configuration process, I provide the host name, update the name of the connector, and proceed to provide descriptions. That's all that's required, and I move on to complete the creation of the connector. After this, I go back to Copilot Studio and click refresh. Once it's refreshed, I can search for and add the newly created MCP connector to my father agent. If I go into this newly added connector, I can see that using MCP we have discovered the tools or actions provided by Club 1. These tools have handy descriptions for father agent to use when deciding which tool to use for what purpose. I need to add one more tool to the father agent for it to process the email and extract information. I will create a custom prompt to be able to do this. In the custom prompt pop-up, I provide a title and description of the type of information to extract from an input. I use a variable called email body as an input for the prompt. I also provide an example of this variable for testing outputs. I leave the model on GPT 4.1 mini. I change the output type to JSON and test the prompt. It's working as expected, and I can see the output in model response. I save the prompt. All the agents, tools, and triggers are in place for the father agent to be completed. Now we come to a critical part of the agent creation process. We are choosing to enable generative AI orchestration for father agent, which means the agent, based on its description and the tools and other agents available to it, can automatically decide which actions to take based on the context of the request or trigger. This provides significant advantages over classic orchestration, such as flexibility and adaptability, complex interactions, and of course major reduction in effort to create and maintain these agents. For generative orchestration to work seamlessly, I provide a detailed instruction to the agent. The beauty of generative orchestration is that I can provide instructions in plain English. If I need to, I can call out specific agents or tools in the instructions for each step by typing /. But in this case, I choose not to do so and let the agent figure things out by itself based on the instructions. Finally, I save and publish the agent. Now we are ready to test it. I send an email with tennis competition details to test the agent. In Copilot Studio under Activity, when I do a refresh, I can see that there is a new agent execution activity. If we click into it, we can see the result of the generative orchestration as per the instructions we provided to father agent. Just as expected, we can see the email coming in. The AI prompt is used to process the email and extract schedule and fees information. Father then calls Mother Agent and passes on the request for funding. Mother Agent then automatically executes the topic request money and provides a response to Father. Father then calls the Club 1 agent, first to get court availability and a second time to book court for practice. And finally, Son's agent is informed of the competition and practice sessions. Whether you're managing a household, a team, or just yourself, intelligent agents that work with humans and with each other can turn complex processes into a smooth automated flow. If you found this helpful or entertaining, please gently press the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching.